Pretty foggy start to the day today. Thought we'd get out of the city here and head out to the bush and try to find a nice place to camp. I know there's a lot of people out there working on their van build, or maybe have already done it or thinking about it. So I'm going to share with you today some of the wins and the losses here, the things that worked and didn't really work out for me in my self-built camper van here after living in it for a little over 3 years now. Ellen and I just came out here today to get some stuff organized in the van, as I do, but trying to get a little bit of weight out of there for the road trip. So got a couple things we're going to drop off at storage tomorrow before we head into work. And that just got me thinking about how the van build has gone here for us. The latest thing that we had to have addressed, and that was the rust down here. We had this all redone. A mistake I made was I tried to do this myself. I didn't have much experience in it. I'd never done it before. And I thought I did a pretty good job. I think when that first little sign of rust that I got, I should have taken it right away to a body shop where somebody with a lot more experience than me could have maybe worked on that, and we would have avoided this past visit to the body shop. That one thing I am very happy I did was build the van myself. I know not everybody's is up to it, or even wants to do it. I didn't know a whole lot about this stuff before. I've never done this before, but I'm really glad that I did it myself because now I know how everything's put together. I know how everything works. So if there's ever issues or problems or whatever, then I think I can deal with them. With the building of this and putting everything together and choosing the things I wanted in here. Some were good, some were bad. But for the most part, there's a little bit of both in them. A little bit of good with the bad, a little bit of bad with the good. So let's hop in and take a look at a few of those things. First off, this was the biggest hurdle for me, was the power. So I have all my power in here. This just pops off. And here. And I'm happy with where I got it. Up here on the wall, watching these van build videos, most people I noticed put it under the bed. They put their power down there or tucked away somewhere. I'm glad I put it up here. I was at work one day and a gentleman came in. He'd been living on his sailboat for over 40 years. He was from the Netherlands and he was in Halifax, and he came into work to grab a whole bunch of supplies. He was heading down to Bermuda and he couldn't get what he wanted down there. So he came in and it was pouring rain, he had a bunch of stuff. So I ended up giving him a ride in this back to where he could get, where his boat was docked. I just had a piece of plywood drilled to the wall with this setup on it. And I mentioned I was going to put it under the bed, and he convinced me not to, because his thought process was, and I fully agree, that when you go to work on it or anything goes wrong or you just want to check it, and it's under the bed and it's just a big pain. And I totally agree, and I kind of like it here. I've done some additions. I check the wires quite often, so it's easy to do that. So I'm glad that I put it there. So I think that's a win. But on the flip side, I only have DC power, and that has worked out just fine for me. But I'm starting to miss having an oven. And I think I'd like to put an inverter in here. I think before the winter, get myself an air fryer that I can, do some oven-style cooking in here, because I miss that. Another pretty big decision is, for me, and I think for most that are moving in, especially if you're moving into your van full-time, is the fridge and freezer that you're going to choose. I went with the Iceco 60-liter fridge freezer. This fridge is amazing. Works perfectly, doesn't draw a whole lot of power. Really, really happy with it. One issue I do have with the fridge is more with me and keeping it organized. With these top loading fridge freezers, I'm always getting stuff down on the bottom and forgetting about it. But that's my own fault. When I do this again, or it comes time to buy a new fridge, I think I'll probably go with an upright. This one just kind of made sense at the time, and I would definitely consider doing an Iceco fridge again. And I guess a major part of every build is the bed. So I have my bed running east-west. I sleep with my head up here, feet down there. I have lots of storage underneath. The bed frame is about 15 inches off the floor of the van, and then I have a 6-inch mattress here. So we're up about 22 inches from the floor. And that is about perfect. This is a double bed with the 6-inch mattress, and I can sit straight up. My head. My first build, this is bed 2.0 for me. The first bed I built, I was thinking so much about the storage underneath, I built it too high, and I only had a 3-inch mattress at first, all hunched over if I was sitting on the bed. So it was definitely helpful to get this lowered. I really had the underneath, under the bed storage in mind when I built that, and I think that really important to have that under there. I didn't build the big pull-out drawers, which are pretty slick for sure, and I thought about it, but I'm in the city so often, it'd just kind of be weird getting out all the time, opening the back door and pulling out the big long drawer to access stuff. So what I did, use these IKEA slats, and then I cut them so I can lift different areas and get underneath and access what's under there. When I first built the bed, those slats I didn't have screwed down to the frame that I had in there, and I had one of those metal IKEA center supports, and oh god, it was awful. They would slide around and I'd be sleeping like this. Some nights they'd fall out. Helma would be jumping up on the bed and knock them out. Both sides. Sometimes half of them would be down on the far side and I'd roll over and go into a hole. So that was a big mistake to do it that way. I thought it was brilliant. And I am happy with my water setup in here. I just have the hand pump. In the cabinet here, I have a 5-gallon water jug, and then I just cut a hole in the back and I've run a hose just up through this cavity here and then up to the faucet. So completely happy with that setup, as opposed to having kind of pumps in here and all that. I don't have a huge water tank. For me, at this point, that's fine. I'm in town so often that I don't need it. And going away on this trip, I'm sure I'll be out probably away from bigger towns more often, and I'll just buy, a few of those 4-liter jugs or whatever, just to have a little extra. Talking about this cabinet here, I think my favorite part in the van is this slab here for my countertop. A little bit of good and bad with that too. It's pretty heavy. I didn't weigh it, but it's heavy. I could have probably gone with something a little lighter, but I just absolutely love this Purple Heart piece of live edge. There's a bunch of little things in here that I did purposely, and maybe it's poor craftsmanship, but they serve a purpose too. I mean, none of the wall is flush, nothing's sealed up, but that really promotes airflow. And I love the cavity along the between the wall and the ceiling. I've seen a lot of people that cover that up. I'm glad I didn't cover mine. Spaces in here to hang bungee cords and hang stuff all around here. And it's metal, so works great with these hooks. I love the roof in here. I got this idea from Nick. He was at the van meetup, and I met him at a van meetup a few years ago and saw the way he had his roof and thought it was great. These are all individual panels, and they can come down easily. So here where I have my wiring going from the roof and then through to the other side of the van for a couple of outlets, I can just pull that down. So if you ever want to, you know, any sort of maintenance, cleaning, anything you want to do up there, if there's a leak around these fans or something, I can easily take this down without taking the whole ceiling down. Another little bit of a mistake I made, or something I just didn't think about enough when I built the van, was what was going on the roof. And yeah, there's a good amount of real estate up here. I don't know if I used it as wisely as I could have. I'd love to get a storage box. The way I have these panels aligned, and here I can slide them front to back a little bit, but I don't have very much room between the panel and the fan. And then same with at the front, there's even less room. But then I think the only spot for a cargo box would be up there. When I first built the van, it wasn't something I thought about a lot of, or I gave too much thought. And I think that was a mistake. If you are kind of at this stage, or when you get to this stage of a van build, kind of map out what you think you might need even in the future. I never thought about a cargo box. Now, I think I would really love to get one in the future. So I've kind of pigeonholed myself up here with that. It is a pretty slick ladder though. Beautiful day out here. It looks a little cloudy. We're supposed to have full moon tonight and a meteor shower, I think is what they were saying. But hopefully this cloud cover beats it and we can get a glimpse of that. And you know, I'm not finished yet. I still got things in there that I will change and will hopefully improve. This site's actually looking pretty good. A little bit of garbola in the fire pit, but other than that, it's looking pretty clean. Somebody left a floaty board over here. I'll leave that because somebody might use that. You going for a swim, bud? It's funny, Alma will swim like this just for fun in fresh water, but in the ocean, in the salt water, she usually just goes in and lays down in the waves. Freshwater lake like this, she just enjoys swimming. Right, bud? If you joined us the other night on the live stream, thank you very much. Appreciated you being there, and we got it up on the channel if you want to go check it out. But I have shot this entire video on the new camera, so hopefully it turns out all right. These burgers are looking good, and I am hungry. This stuff is the bomb. Well, that hit the spot. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun the other night. Thank you. That live stream was really cool. It was cool to get a little community there, get a little conversations going on. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I'd definitely like to do another. Maybe do one when we're in Newfoundland. We could do a live stream from the rock or something. I think that'd be cool. That'd be really good. Got everything arranged to go to storage in the morning. I'm gonna stop there before I go to work. And yeah, hopefully some of my van build stories and you know, kind of what worked and what didn't work, kind of help you if you're kind of at that point. If you are and you have any advice or words of wisdom or funny stories of failure or grandeur, then please drop them in the comments. It'd be kind of neat to hear. And if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about, hey, maybe I want to get a van and build it out, and you're on the fence, do it. Right on. We'll see you again soon on the next one. Cheers.